Welcome to this course on Elements of Mechanical Engineering. My name is Atchuta Ramacharyulu and I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. In this lecture, we are going to study the non-metals, that is glass and cermets. In the previous lectures, we have seen what are the different non-metals like plastics and ceramics. We have seen their applications and classification. In this lecture, we are going to see what are the different types of glasses and what is a cermet and how it is used in engineering field. Now let us see what is a glass. It is any substance or mixture of substances that has solidified from the liquid state without crystallization. Now, this sentence is very important. Without crystallization, it is solidified. Now, this type of material is called as glass. We know glass is a very useful material when we want to use it in the transparency. Like they can be used as window glasses, they can be used as mirrors. They have wide applications in many fields as well as in engineering, in domestic purpose. So, glass may be defined as a hard, brittle, transparent or translucent material, chiefly compound of silica combined with varying proportions of oxides of sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesia, iron and other minerals. And now let us see how this is useful. Now see here, this is combined with varying proportions of oxides of sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron and other minerals. So these are the different components that are added to glass so that the glass is prepared. We know the first property of glass is it is very brittle. Even with a small crack, it can easily be broken. And it is very hard sometimes. If it is made very if it is made very thick, it can be very hard. And then we have transparent or translucent material. So we can see through this glass. So this is the best property which can be having many applications. Like if we take a room, we can attach window glasses through which ventilation will come. And then we have glass is an amorphous substance having a homogeneous structure. So it is an amorphous material and it has a homogeneous structure. Because of this homogeneous structure, it has transparent property. We can see through the glass. So let us see what are the constituents of a glass. What are the constituents? What are the key components that are present in the glass? So the first one is silica. Silica is the first component of any glass. So without silica, there is no glass. Silica is nothing but it is similar to sand. So every glass is made up of sand. And then we have sodium or potassium carbonate. So this sodium or potassium carbonate is added to improve the viscosity. To improve the viscosity, this sodium or potassium carbonate is added. So why do we need viscosity? So when we want to convert the glass into a particular shape, it is heated. It should have some level of viscosity in order to be converted into a particular shape. And then we have lime. So lime is it is a powder. It is added to this glass, which will make it more durable. That means the glass will last longer. So in order to improve the durability, we will add lime. And then we have manganese dioxide, which will give color. So we all require a different type of beautification that is happening with the help of these glasses. So we cannot have transparent glasses. And sometimes we need colorful glasses, like tinted glasses will be there. So depending on the requirement, we will add these manganese dioxides and some other minerals in order to give colors. Now, let us see which type of element is added for given different colors. And lastly, we have another material that is added to glass, that is cullet. So cullet is nothing but old broken glass. So in the previous slide, we have seen these 4 types. Here we have cullet also. So cullet is the old broken glass which is added so that this process makes more reusable, or we are recycling the old glass which is used to prepare new glass bottle or something. Okay, old broken glass is also added here. So now let us see what are the different coloring substances which are used to give colors. So if you want to add black color to glass, we have to add cobalt, nickel and manganese oxide. And then if you want to give green color, we have to add chromic oxide. If you want to give red color, we have to add cuprous oxide, that is a alloy of copper. So we can give red color. If we want violet color, we have to add manganese dioxide. And then white color can be obtained by cryolite or tin oxide. Yellow color can be obtained by cadmium sulfate. Okay, these are the different shades. By using these 6 compositions or combinations, we can get more colors. Like we can get different shades of these colors. Okay, so these are the general basic colors like Vibgyor, I think. Violet, indigo is not there. Black, green, red, violet, white, yellow. And now we are going to see how the glass is fabricated. So the fabrication process has 6 steps. That is, like 6 different techniques are there for the fabrication of glass. So there is, first one is blowing. Like a glass metal is heated and air is blown into it to get the required shape. And then flat drawing, like we can make thin sheets by using this flat drawing, and rolling technique also very similar to this. And pressing into molds, so that similar to metal casting, we can prepare molds and we can pour molten glass into it. And then we have casting process, and then spinning. Spinning process is also similar to casting, where centrifugal force is used to prepare this spinning process. And then we see the classification of glasses. There are 3 different types of glasses depending on their applications. So let us see. The first one is soda lime or crown glass. So why do we call this soda lime? So here we are going to increase the percentage of lime that is added to glass. So we will have some type of glass which is used to prepare bottles, drinking glasses and windows. So all the drinking glasses which we use in our homes, these are made up of this crown glass or soda lime glass. And then we have second type of glass, that is flint glass. So this is used for refractive lenses and prisms. So in olden days, we used to buy a small triangular prism, that is, when we see through it, we can see multiple colors. Okay, so they are called prisms, and refractive indexes. Refractive lenses can also be made with this flint glass. So all the glasses like eyewear, all the sunglasses are made up of this flint glass. And then we have Pyrex or heat resistant glasses. So heat resistance glasses are nothing but they can bear more heat. Like these are made to prepare thermometers, ovenware, piping, laboratory equipment particularly. Nowadays we have this company called Pyrex which manufactures glassware which can hold high temperatures. So general purpose glass does not handle high temperature. It has a very low melting point, or it cannot handle because it is very brittle. So we will add some kind of technique, then the glass will have more temperature resistance. So let us see some properties of glass. No definite crystalline structure is there. This is the first property of this glass. It has another property, that is no sharp melting point is there. When there is no crystalline structure, it will not have any proper form. We can convert it into required shape. And also because of this, there is no sharp melting point. It can melt at any temperature. Depending on the purpose, like depending on particular testing. So every type of glass has to be tested in order to find its melting point temperature. And third one is absorbs, refracts or transmits light. It can do all the 3 things. It can refract, it can reflect, it can absorb, and it can transmit light in required manner. And then we have, it can be affected by alkalis. Okay, by adding some kind of alkalis, we can actually clean the glasses or we can easily break the glasses. an excellent electrical insulator at elevated temperature. So this is a very good property of glass. When it is heated, it can be used as an insulator for electricity. This is extremely brittle. We all know this. Glass is very extremely brittle. It can be easily broken. Available in beautiful colors. We can add multiple colors. Very beautiful eye-catching colors can be added. This is not affected by air or water. So these are used for preparing the tables which are made up of glass. So they can be used for dining also. So air and water, they cannot do anything to this glass. So not easily attacked by ordinary chemical reagents. So ordinary chemicals will not affect the properties of glass. Okay, glass is very stable chemically and not temperature. Temperature, it is not resistant to temperature. Okay, chemically it is very inert. So this cannot be affected by any kind of chemicals, air or water. Capable of being worked in several ways. We can prepare several types of objects using this glass. Okay, it can be converted into many types, many shapes. And then we have, it can take up high polish also. We can polish the surface of this glass because it is so, it does not have any crystalline structure. That is why it can be polished, but it cannot be broken easily. Why? Because it has very brittle nature. Okay, so possible to weld pieces of glass by fusion by using a very complex technique called fusion. Two glasses can be attached together. They can be welded together. So this is very hard, not easy. So let us see what are the uses of glasses. So the fiberglass reinforced with plastics can be used in construction of furniture, cars, trucks, lampshades, bathroom fittings, etc. So these are the applications where glass is being used, where they are combined with plastics. So the glass fibers are inserted into plastic and we can form new type of composites where they can be used to prepare different types of objects like furniture, car bodies, truck bodies, lampshades, bathroom fittings, etc. These are all made up of this glass. And then glass is used as a form of a rifle barrel, which is lighter and stronger than conventional type. So this is somewhat a newer application where glass is used to prepare the rifle barrel. So the pistol or a gun, this will be less weight when compared to that made up of iron. So thousands of items in the body of a guided missile are made up of glass. So when we are making guided missiles in defense research, we have to use many particles, many parts of it which are made up of this glass. Not directly as glass, they are made up of glass fiber reinforced composites. They are less weight yet has high strength. Glass is used in the construction of noses of deep diving vehicles. When we use some kind of vehicles which are used to go into deep into the sea or oceans, we have to use the nose of these deep diving vehicles which are made up of glass because they are very resistant to wear also. Optical glasses is in finding wide applications for the development and advancement of science and astronomy and bacteriology. So glass is not only used as a decorative item, it has also applications in other fields like science, astronomy, bacteriology, etc. We can use magnifying lenses to see very small microbacteria. We can use glass for in telescopes where we can see the objects which are astronomical objects, we can see through these glasses very easily. So it has wide applications. Depending on the application, they can be prepared and they can be used. So some more uses of glasses are there. The glass linings are applied on equipments likely to be affected by chemical corrosion such as valves, pipes and pumps. So we have to form a glass coating on these valves, pipings and pumps so that they will not corrode easily. Okay, not the oxidation of atmospheric oxygen. Sometimes when the environment is completely filled with chemicals or gases, so the iron metals or valves or pumps, they may get easily corroded. So to avoid this, we can make a glass coating on them. And then hollow glass blocks can be used for the construction of walls, ceilings of the modern homes. Okay, hollow glass blocks can be used for the construction of the walls and ceilings. So this is very like pilot project. People are now trying to use this. These are not being utilized so much. Okay, who will use glass blocks to make their homes, because they are very ductile. Sorry, they are very brittle in nature. So these days, it is possible to prepare the color changing glass. A window with such a glass will be transparent during the day, and it will be source of light at night. So this is a very good application of a glass where we can prepare with the advanced technology. A window glass can be prepared which will be dark during the night, so that lot more amount of sunlight will be entering into the room, and at the night it can itself act as a light source by storing the light that is collected during the daytime. So we can prepare items like this. So this is very modern technology which is under research. And then we are going to study Cermet. So what is a Cermet? It is a composite material consisting of ceramic and metallic materials. Okay, it is a combination of ceramic. The name itself is showing that. Cermet. It is a combination of ceramic and metal. So it is combinedly called as Cermet. Okay. So Cermet is a composite material which is made up of ceramics and metals. Okay. So see here, these are generally high temperature resistant and hardens, and it has the ability to undergo plastic deformation, which is not at all seen in any kind of non-metal. So in metals, we can see this plastic deformation, thermoplasticity, elasticity, etc. We all see this in kind of metals. When we come to ceramics, we don't have any plasticity or elasticity. They simply break. They don't have any load bearing capacity. That is why we are going to add this ceramic to metal so that we can improve their plastic deformation property. What is a plastic deformation property? When a load is applied on an object which is made up of this cermet, it can carry the load, or it will show a deformation when it is subjected to loading. And also, a cermet is ideally designed to have combined optimal properties of ceramic and metal. So we have to take the good things only from both ceramic and metal. We have to carry only the good things. We have to combine them in order to form a new composite material, that is cermet. So these are also called as metal matrix composites. So when we study composite materials, we will study this under metal matrix composite, where we will insert metal fibers into ceramic to form a stronger ceramic called cermet. Okay, it is a combination of ceramic and metal. So let us see what are the uses of this cermet. So it is used in manufacturing of resistors. So in most of the electronic industry, we use resistors which are made up of this cermet. So it is metal and ceramic combined. So it has properties of both metal and ceramic. So especially potentiometers are made up of this cermet. Why? Because they have good resistance capacity. Also, they should have high temperature resistance. And capacitors, other electronic components which may be experience high temperature. So we know metal can experience very high temperature. They can withstand, but not as high as ceramics. Ceramics are very hot, very high temperature resistance. Even ceramics can be used as a blockage or a crucible for melting metals. So ceramics can hold higher temperatures than metals. Some types of cermets are also being considered for use as spacecraft shielding, as they resist high velocity impacts of micrometeoroids. Now this is very important as we are studying this course which is related to aeronautical engineering. In this semester, this is offered to aeronautical engineering, that this satellites or spacecraft can be coated with this cermet in order to avoid high velocity impacts of micrometeoroids. You see, in space, objects will be moving at, because there is no gravity, objects will be moving at high speed. Like if some planet or if some asteroid has collided with some other asteroid, they can eliminate, like small matters of particles will be coming out of this meteorite, where they will be traveling at very high speed, so faster than the average speed of a spacecraft. When these small particles, even though they are very small, but they are moving at a very high speed, so they can cause very high damage to the spacecraft body. So that is why these spacecraft bodies has to be coated, or they has to be lined with some kind of cermets, so they can withstand very high impact also. So these micrometeoroids are very small in size, yet they are moving with high velocity than an aeroplane on Earth, so they can cause mass destruction onto the surface of this spacecraft. They may not blow up the entire thing, but they will gradually decrease the life of this spacecraft. Okay, so orbital debris. So orbital debris is also another bad thing which is happening in, like, what we call it as a space junk. Most of the satellites which are being launched, they can be used for a maximum period of 10 years, and after that they are not being removed from space. They are left alone. So because there is no technique that is made for removal of space debris. So this space debris is also very dangerous for the spacecrafts which are currently running or being used. So traditional materials such as aluminum has to be replaced by these cermets, so that we can improve the impact loading capacity. So these micrometeoroids and space debris will not cause any damage to the surface of the spacecrafts. So in this lecture, we have seen what are the different types of glasses and cermets, and we will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.
That is all for this lecture. Thank you.